fucking I wish I didn't expend all my energy on babbling about mindless politics without any actual direction or sense. Hi, folks. Welcome to Hitting the Mark with Harry and Mark. This is a channel in which we, Harry and I, are two idiots who engage in idiotic conversation.
Mhm, mhm.
I am joined by my wonderful co host, Harry,
Hello.
while I am Mark. But first, Harry,
Yes.
how was your day?
My day was good. Uh, I started late at work because it's my late day. Um, did some work stuff. Dealt with work, and that's it. That's all I really did for today. For the week, um, oh man. So on Saturday, I'm driving. So I work Tuesday through Saturday. So on Saturday, I'm driving home. Um, Livy and I are like gonna like, okay, we're gonna go do something real quick. I think we're running to Target, and then we'll head home and do dinner. Like, okay, cool. So I get home, I pull up, right? I'm like, thinking I'm all badass, and I open the passenger door to let her in. I'm like, what's that smell? And I smell burning, and then I look at my dash, and the check engine light's on. I'm like, oh fuck. Um,
No.
so I was like, well, fuck. So I was like, well, I mean, the car's running fine. Like, all right, well, let me just go to Target. So, we drive to Target, still smells like fuck. All right, so I was like, well, let's just go to um, AutoZone and get the reader and see what it says. So we go, they do the reader thing. They're like, okay, and they print a sheet out and say, here you go, this is your problem. I'm like, okay, thanks for explaining nothing. But we look it up and stuff. And we're like, oh shit, so it might be like a little, you know, serious. So we're like, okay, so it's not drive the car. But we had plans to go to Japantown the next day. So we're like, shit, are we gonna, bail on plans because car? And we're like, nah, fuck it. Let's just so we borrowed my father-in-law's car. Um and we're just like, cool, let's go to Japantown. So we go to Japantown, we have a good time. Livy gets a crepe. I have some takoyaki, looking delicious.
Ooh.
Yeah, and then we walk around, check it out. Um, and then Livy's into these like they're called they call them capsules. They're kind of like little figures, but like you get them through like it looks like a candy machine, right? Like you put coins in, you twist the dial, something comes out.
Mm-hmm.
So they come in like little like plastic balls, and you don't know where you're gonna get, right? So like the front says,
Oh, I
"Hey,
get you. Capsules, capsules.
yeah, yeah, yeah." So like and she's into that. So there's one over in San Francisco that she's never been to. She's like, "Oh, let's go check it out." I'm like, "Okay, cool." So we go out there. She buys some capsules. We actually get like 6 free coins because what sometimes people do is they just shove coins in, and they're like, "Oh, it ate my coins," and they leave. And so me with my fucking pocket knife, I'm like, "Well, let me see if I can get these coins out of the way." So like, I like we just like pulled so many coins out of like because they think it's like jammed up, but it's not. It's just they jam it up themselves, and so the coins are just still there. It's just people like put them in too fast, like put 3 at a time or something. Um, yeah, we got like free coins, and Livy got an extra uh caps or whatever. She was unlucky and got like so she got 3 of them, and she got like
Ooh.
so she bought 3, and she got like
I can hear the shaking in the background.
yeah, and she got like 2 of the same one that she did not want at all. So very unlucky. But it is what it is. And then we had a bomb ass burger from this place called Hall of Flame out near Daly City. Um, and it was delicious. I had this. We both had the same burger. It was called the Alley Oop or the Alley Hoop. I don't remember. Um, and it had basically like avocado and bacon on it, and it was fucking delicious. Um, yeah, that was good. And then we drove towards the beach when it was like stupid foggy, so we didn't really see anything. But we drove to the beach. We're like, well, since we're out here, and that was it, man. Other than that, went back to work, and here we are. Whoa,
I fucking hate work.
yeah. Tell me about it. Tell me about your week. How about that?
It's a week. It's a
Mm-hmm.
week. So, I laid about and did nothing the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah, pretty good stuff. Uh, my life actually. No, no. So, last weekend I hung out with Stace as I
Mm-hmm.
always do. We celebrated a we didn't celebrate anything. We went to a small little pool party.
Okay.
Wasn't even a pool party. We went over to Dixon and
Okay.
we were just hanging out with a friend's family doing a little barbecue. It was literally just four people.
Okay.
Um, or five people. So that was fun. And then I fucking slept and laid about on Sunday like a fucking
Mm.
lazy sack of shit. So that was good. Um, and then I worked. And man, you ever just work and you're starting something completely new
Yeah.
and you're thinking to yourself, huh, this will be really nice to start something new and, to figure out like how good I can be. And then you find out like all the stuff that they train you is just like your mind just can't handle it, and you make
Mm.
fucking fuck up after fuck up like every 5 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah.
It's exactly like that. Like if I were to trace over an instance of that, it would probably be like 1 to 1
Uh,
almost. So yeah, that's fun. It's fine. I'm getting it like slowly, but that feeling, right?
yeah.
That feeling of like, ah, man, I don't want to be an inconvenience, but like, kind of sucks that I'm not getting it. I want to get it more, and the fact that I'm
Right.
not getting it is stressing me out. So there's that. Uh, don't fucking fire me, anyone listening to this. But yeah, I'm getting there. It's just I'll be fine in like a fucking week. It just hate when like cut it with the likes. I just hate when I'm getting the hang of something for a moment, and then they're, "Oh, hey, we're just gonna move you from one project that you've just gotten the hang of to another, and
Yeah.
we're gonna stress you out with all this stuff that you have to learn now." And we can tell that the person training you is stressed because they're training you and they're not getting paid to train me and work,
Right.
and their work is falling behind.
Nope.
And I'm asking them the same fucking questions every 5 minutes. So yeah, uh, it's obviously stressful,
Yeah.
but I'll get it. I'll get there eventually if they don't fire me. No, I'm kidding.
You're
They
fine.
won't fire me. I'm just used to workplaces where it's like that's held over your head, you know?
Right.
So, yeah, fun stuff. Uh I've never longed for weekends the way I long for them now. And even when I
Mm.
was working at a local law office where I had my first actual 9 to 5,
Uh-huh.
I still didn't. But now I do. I suppose I should try my best to do more during the week. I tend to
Mm.
read on my break, which is a habit that I've never had before, and I'm really glad I'm into it. I've
Yeah.
taken a break from Game of Thrones because I fucking finished
Nice.
whatchamahoo's it. Oh, speaking of, I'm gonna do the boiled leather edition for the last two Game of Thrones books.
Oh. Sick. What
Yeah.
what what is that exactly?
So it is a blog. Well, technically, it began as a blog that determined how to read the last two books in order.
Oh, okay.
So, A Feast of Crows is the fourth book in the franchise, and A
Yes.
Dance of Dragons is the fifth.
Okay.
Now, they are the same time split into two different groups of characters. So, A Feast of Crows, I think, has your main culprits like Cersei, Jaime, Brienne,
Okay.
Sam, uh, them, and then A Dance of Dragons will probably have like Arya, Sansa, Jon, Bran, or maybe they're a little more mixed up, but like you get the idea.
Mm,
And both books are happening simultaneously. Long story short, the Boiled Leather edition is a blog that tries to figure out which order to read the chapters in so that it essentially makes one narrative, one book.
mm,
So I'm going to try that, even though that's going to be like 1,500 fucking pages.
okay. Yeah.
But whatever, you know? It's my fucking pace. I can go at whatever pace I want. But in the meantime, I'm taking a break and
Yes.
I'm reading a historical commentary
Oh.
called, oh, I don't have the book with me. It's called Gangsters of Capitalism.
Okay.
Smedley Butler, the Marines, and U.S. imperialism, I think. I can't quite remember. And it talks about, actually, I haven't quite read it yet. So the gist of it is, I believe, from what I had been hearing of, is that it details Smedley Butler, who is a U.S. military person,
Okay.
and kind of his tell all, not tell all, but kind of a biographical um, look into his life and through his life and his interactions with the military, how it kind of affected other global powers and
Mm,
other countries, and how the military kind of just steamrolled over everything in a very capitalisty kind of way, and how their interests were kind of in line with, you know, the business class.
yeah. Okay.
Lefty shit.
Lefty. I don't know.
But anyway, yeah, doing that. So feeling good. Whenever I finish a book, I always feel accomplished. So I really, really do like it more than I remember,
Mm,
because I never really read as a kid. Like I would read like
mm,
the fucking one of the Halo books and whatnot
right.
when I was into Halo as like a fucking 2.5-year-old, and then I would read like the little Scholastic kids books, but that shit like didn't have no concepts, no imagery, no metaphors, no motifs.
Mm,
So it's actually nice trying to read and well, not trying to, reading and kind of building a sense of not accomplishment, but like for someone who didn't read when they were younger, that feeling of accomplishment and well-roundedness from reading,
right.
right?
Mm,
Like I'm putting effort into imagining something or visualizing something, and I feel like my brain isn't necessarily getting stronger or better. I mean, I have my fucking work to remind me how much of a fucking idiot I am. But that feeling that like, hey, you're investing in like time and effort into like stretching your imagination a bit, or to like think about something,
right. Right.
make my brain feel good.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's that. Um, this weekend I'm not gonna fucking do anything again. I'm gonna watch that. Was that summer event video game thing? I'm
Oh, right.
really excited for whatever fucking Arcane puts out.
Yeah.
Um, other than that, yeah, I might buy a little more paint. Paint some of my minis. That's a
Mhm.
pain in the ass
Yeah.
because my fucking paycheck, I tend to put a lot of money away to save, and then I have a very small amount for me, like
Yeah.
me. No, no fucking groceries, no fucking bills. That's already figured into my like the money that I take out of my account.
Yeah.
A very small amount that's committed just to me, and it's really hard to just buy the shit I want when I want it.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. It's a slow pace, but at least it's getting done. So
Yeah. That's good.
yippee!
You talking about reading reminds me that I actually started dabbling back in the Magic the Gathering lore.
Mm.
And yeah, it's all right. Most of the
Liliana's
story
still a bitch.
I haven't gone. to Liliana yet.
God
I
damn it.
just finished the Zendikar Rising
Hmm.
story, and right now I'm working on the Kaldheim one, which is the Viking world basically. So it
Ooh.
has like Odin and like they're not called Odin and Thor and all them, but like they have like gods that are very similar to
Hmm.
their imagery.
I
Um,
get you.
yeah. So or no, wait, it's not
Ooh.
Viking, it's Norse, right?
Yeah, Norse,
N-
Norse,
n-
Viking, whatever.
Norse mythology stuff. Yeah, so I'm there right now. And the story's basically uh Phyrexians are on the plane. um,
Ooh, who doesn't love
s-
Phyrexians just fucking infecting everything?
yeah, so that's happening right now. Obviously I kind of know more of the lore because of the cards that have been coming out. I kind of like, oh, this is happening, this and that, blah blah blah. So like I'm like trying to catch up on the actual story to what is coming out now. So it's gonna take me a little bit, but I'll get there eventually. But yeah, it's just reminding me because I am doing that.
Fuck yeah, dude. High
Yeah.
five.
But yeah.
What the fuck are we doing?
Speaking of Summer Game Fest, there was a showcase um today.
Dog shit.
That's what I'm hearing.
I don't play Street Fighter. I don't even fucking like One Piece.
Yeah.
I hate
I
everything.
guess the one thing that people were all raving about is The Last of Us being not just like they like completely like from scratch remade The Last of Us.
I don't.
Um
What did we fucking talk about last week? What the fuck
yeah,
did we talk about last week?
yeah.
I don't fucking give a shit. I
Yeah, I
don't. I feel like the fucking inflated sense of importance of that fucking franchise
mm,
is just so exhausting.
yeah, like what we so what we talked about
Disco
last week.
Elysium does
Mhm,
like 100% of The Last of Us. No, 100%, 110% of The Last of Us
yeah,
is like fucking Disco Elysium at like a 2.5%. Just
yeah,
fucking play Disco Elysium. Disco Elysium's way fucking better. It's got more to say. It's funner.
yeah.
Fuck you. Not you, Harry.
No, I know. I can get behind not being into what they're doing with Last because it's not that old of a game.
It really fucking isn't. And I also don't think it's that much of a fucking classic. I think it's a great game. Don't get
Mm-hmm.
me wrong. I think the gameplay's fun. I think the characters are great. I think the story is good. I mean, it just
Yeah,
isn't like the fucking Catcher in the Rye everyone thinks it is.
yeah,
Well, that's not fucking true. Everyone fucking doesn't think it's Catcher in the Rye, but like, I'm with that group of people. I don't get
yeah.
like what makes it so amazing when it's just like, killing people's bad.
So I don't know. A lot of people are into it, I guess.
Fuck the remake. Fuck it. Remaster. Fuck it.
But
Can
I
go
think
fuck
the
themselves.
biggest thing is people are saying that there's going to be an actual PC release, and that's what people I think are more excited about instead of like
Oh, that's
just
great.
so
They mod a better story.
yeah. They also announced a multiplayer with
Uh,
the world of The Last of Us. So
why?
so it's a multiplayer of that world that also has a story apparently as big as other Naughty Dog games. So I'm intrigued because you and I both know that Naughty Dog do have really good stories. So to incorporate that in a multiplayer aspect, I'm interested to see what exactly they're talking about. Um,
Mm,
because
I am a little cautious. Their
uh,
multiplayers have not.
yeah, I was about to say that like the multiplayers that are actually like part of the Last of Us games, it's like playing Tomb Raider multiplayer, like or um God, Nathan
Uncharted.
Drake, Uncharted, the Uncharted multiplayer, like, um, no one really played it, so I'm intrigued why this is a focus. I guess that's my question, right? Like,
Hmm.
they're really like an announcement of like, hey, there's going to be a Last of Us multiplayer game with a story, and the story's going to be as big as a normal like story that we usually make. So it's like, interesting. So I'm just curious on how they're actually going to go about that. Of
We'll
course,
see.
yeah.
I think
Next,
fucking honestly, Naughty Dog's signature is to not fucking do multiplayer.
yeah, I agree.
Like, hey, here's a finite game.
Hmm.
It'll be interesting. No, no, hold on. I think the concept of a storied multiplayer will be interesting. I like that idea. I don't have a problem with that in and of itself.
Yeah.
I'm bitching because I'm a fan of Naughty Dog, despite the bullshit that they were doing
Hmm.
right before The Last of Us Part 2 came out with all the fucking DMCA's and all that shit,
Hmm.
uh,
Hmm.
which is bullshit, by the way. I will not support that and I will not defend Naughty Dog on that. But, like, I did like Uncharted for the fun it was. I did like the Jack and Daxter series. I did like Crash Bandicoot. Um, and I think multiplayer campaign with story and all that can be fun. I would like to
Hmm.
see that. I do think the gunplay and some of the combat in Last of Us was actually pretty good.
Mm.
So it'll be interesting to see what that looks like. Um, I am worried because their multiplayer hasn't always played well, in my opinion. I think
Yeah.
there's a big difference between having the kind of uh, I don't want to say interface, having the
Mm.
kind of how do I want to put this gameplay feel, the how you interact with a controller and how like how sticky it is or how smooth or how quick it is, right?
Yeah.
How so there's when it comes to like a Naughty Dog game, when it came to Uncharted 2 and 3 doing their multiplayer
Hmm.
stuff, or 2, I can't remember which one had it. Um, the gameplay was really fun in campaign, but
Yes.
the multiplayer did not suit the control feel,
Yeah.
at least to me. Um, interested. I want to see what they do with it because in a vacuum, I like it.
Yeah. It's just because Naughty Dog is Naughty Dog. As much as they've been pushing out so many versions of The Last of Us, it's like, um, it's Naughty Dog. Like they do make good games. We're just making going into the multiplayer like
Mm,
or like it's like I'm intrigued, but yeah, I don't really have high hopes
yeah.
just yet.
Jokes aside,
Yeah.
like I was talking about Arcane earlier with the
Mm-hmm.
summer
Mm-hmm.
weekend thing. I don't care for looter shooters. Like the one reason I keep mentioning Redfall um,
Oh,
is because it's an Arcane game.
right.
Like I know Arcane. I know they put out good game, or at least I know they put out games that I'm always willing to play,
Mm-hmm.
and that I will typically cherish. Like I love Deathloop, I love Prey, I love the Dishonored games. Like I can still criticize them, but I those are games that are very near and dear to my heart because I love the settings, the mechanics. I even like the characters for how dry they can be or a little flat. But
Yeah.
like the idea of playing a looter shooter or a multiplayer kind of story driven thing
Mm-hmm.
would really have to depend on the brand, or not the brand, but like the developer, because I haven't
Yeah.
played technically a Naughty Dog game in years.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get the chance to play the fourth and final Uncharted.
Uncharted.
I haven't really invested too much time in completing the Last of Us games. I played a
Oh,
little bit of the Last of Us. I know the story.
yeah.
I did play all of. No, I didn't play off because I didn't beat it. I did play almost all of the Last of Us, which I
Okay.
thought was good. It was the characters are endearing. They're great. There's a bit of dimension to them. Uh, it's very much like it wants to be like Cormac McCarthy's The Road, that kind of like
Yeah.
nihilism, with a bit of that whole shtick. But
Yes.
I do know something like Naughty or Arcane, and I'm willing to play it because I'm willing to trust them, even if I am apprehensive about the current state of monetizing video games,
Mm-hmm.
or the current era of monetization in games. Games have always been monetized, but
Right.
this current era of monetization, I mean, because in a vacuum, The Last of Us online multiplayer story thing does sound interesting.
Yeah.
In a vacuum, Redfall does sound very interesting. So we'll see. I'm trying to point out some more of the benefits
Yes.
of some things necessarily than the awful stuff.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, fuck yeah.
Speaking of
Let's
multiplayer,
continue. Yeah.
Street Fighter 6 to see
Nope,
the
I don't
return
give a
of Guile.
fuck. Nope,
All right.
no.
A new Aliens
So
game.
no, 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 no,
Oh,
no,
oh,
no.
sorry, sorry.
That
Okay.
was comedy. That
I
was
was ready to
tentacles
move
comedy.
on.
I know you were. Um, I saw some open world stuff in there too.
Huh.
Did my elven eyes deceive me?
No, dude, I'm pressing play on it right now. Let's
You
see.
didn't even look at it.
Hell no. I don't play fighter games.
Jesus.
Let's see. Literally just fighting. Fighting ground.
Punching
Battle
bag,
hub.
punching bag.
No, no, no. I don't see anything.
God damn it,
But
Harry.
we'll see. I don't know. Anything else you want to bring up about this game that neither of us are gonna play?
One Piece fucking sucks,
Oh, we're
and I
not there
hate.
yet. We're
I don't
not
want to
there
fuck.
yet.
Oh, okay, sorry. Uh,
Aliens, another
Street
Aliens
Fighter is
game.
fine. Oh, you want to talk about Aliens? Fucking
Dark
One
Descent.
Piece sucks. I don't want a video game of it.
All right, this next one.
No, no.
La-
So the alien, what is it? It's like a squad turn. It's not turn based. I don't think it's turn based, but it's
doesn't look
squad
like it.
management. So it's top down. The trailer. I don't I wish. I really wish. I was thinking to myself the whole time, man. I really don't like Alien Resurrection, but wouldn't it be so cool if instead of like a colonial marine like aliens-esque era alien movie, you
Mm-hmm.
got like alien resurrection era, right? Like
Right.
doing something to actually expand past the the part that everyone knows. Like, oh cool, yeah, your alien game is about marines. Hmm.
Right.
That sounds very original. It's not like they did Aliens Colonial Marines. It's not like they just did Aliens Fire Team. It's not like they just fucking did Alien versus Predator, where you get to play as the fucking Marines all in like the last 10 years.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. I mean, I'll always enjoy a decent Alien game. Aliens Fire Team was actually not terrible.
Okay.
It was a solid, I think, three person squad based game.
Mm.
Um, And while I wouldn't peg the Alien franchise as like a a squad management kind of game,
Mm-hmm.
I'm interested in seeing what it can bring to the franchise or bring to the name of Alien.
Right.
It looks fun. And like while I say it doesn't come to mind as something that would necessarily be an Alien game. When I was playing the Squad Fire Team game, the whole onslaught of aliens coming at you thing was really fun, or at least for me, it got my blood going a little bit,
Yeah.
in a way that Left 4 Dead still does a little bit.
Yes.
So I don't know, maybe the idea of doing like horde mode or defense or something against aliens in like a top down or God's eye squad management thing might be interesting.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, I never thought about like yeah an alien game like that before, but you're right.
Open your eyes.
No, my brand.
All right, what's the
Um,
next game?
it's not a game, but they gave a first look at the Last of Us HBO series with our
Oh,
favorite Pedro Pascal as the
Pedro
lead
Pascal.
and
I haven't seen him.
Bella Ramsey as Ellie.
That is, you know who that is?
No, I have no idea who that is.
That is Lady Mormont from the later seasons of Game of Thrones.
Lady Momont. Hold on, I got.
Mormont, Mormont, Mormon.
What did I say their name was? Bella what?
I don't fucking know.
I just said their name. Bella
I don't know.
Ramsey.
Rella Bamsey. She is she's also the voice
Oh, I
actress
see. Voice actor.
for yes. She's also the voice actor for what am I saying? Hilda,
Hilda.
which is really fucking good. And I
I've
will always
not
fucking recommend
seen
it.
Hilda. Interesting.
Hilda is the most okay, hold on. I have to do on a fucking tangent.
Yeah, go
You
for it.
need you need to watch fucking Owl House and Hilda because that shit is two of the most adorable and enjoyable fucking like fantasy adventure shows out there right now.
Alright, and this
Hilda is on
is
Netflix and Owl House is on motherfucking um Disney Plus.
Owl House is on Disney Plus?
Yes.
I never thought. Oh
Disney
wow, look at
Plus.
that. Alright. Well I got Netflix on my phone, so let me look this up. You said what?
Hilda.
Hilda.
It is adorable as fuck,
My
and
list.
I like the art design. It's like a fantasy 90s like cabiny Swedish folklore kind of thing to it.
Okay. I will look into it. I added
Goddamn
it
right.
to my list. I'm
Good
adding
man.
you said on Disney Plus. What is it called? Eyeball?
Owl House.
Oh, The Owl House. Okay, alright.
It has a
So
the in front of it?
apparently it says Disney The Owl House. Owl. Hoo hoo hoo
The
Owl
Owl
House.
House.
Alright, I added it
Oh,
to my
Harry,
list.
you're gonna love that the actual Owl House. Oh, I know it. Oh, it's so good. So the
You
house
just
is a demon,
okay.
and it has a face in
Oh.
its door, and he's a very old and lonely demon, a little
Mm.
insane,
A little insane.
but definitely quite lovable when you get past some of the weirdness.
Okay. Good shit.
And that's not even like the important part of the story. I just like fucking gave you like a minor character. But
Yeah.
anyway, back on track. Sorry,
The Last of Us TV show. Yeah. So they are
I don't
the
care.
leads. um
No better than One Piece.
yeah. This one looks interesting. The Callisto Protocol.
Yeah,
Um
it's almost got like a System Shock meets Resident Evil meets ooh Dead Space.
yeah. So the
What is it? A
back
space asylum? Oh, go
yeah,
ahead.
this the backstory of the Callisto Protocol is basically the original story of Dead Space.
Ooh,
So the original story of Dead Space is a prisoner being sent to like a prison in space and all this shit starts happening. So the original like protagonist was supposed to be a prisoner, but they changed it to be, what Dead Space is now. Um
space trucker.
yeah.
So
So
is the Callisto Protocol directly related to um Dead Space, or is this like, hey,
I
we came up with an idea in production, we scrapped most of it in favor of Dead Space, and now like a portion of the studio broke off and they want to make their passion project?
I don't know if it might be the exact same company. I think they're just like, hey, let's just continue with that story. Like I think they're done with Dead Space and like we still want to make Dead Space stuff, but like we don't
Yeah,
want to continue with Dead Space because we kind of did what we could with Dead Space. Like, oh hey, remember that original story we had? And they're like, oh hey, you're right. Let's just do that.
okay. The Callisto
So
Protocol is set in 2320 in a prison colony called Black Iron, operated by Juniper, the United Jupiter Company, and located under Jesus Christopher H. Jupiter Columbus, Jupiter's moon Callisto. The player takes the role of prisoner Jacob Lee, voiced by Josh Duhamel, who is the dude bro military guy from all of the Transformers movies, uh, held at Black Iron, finding themselves in the midst of an alien invasion that appears to have been engineered by the prison's wardener. Interesting.
so another interesting that I'm reading is I'm it's not from the same developers as it's just the original person who worked on Dead Space.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, says
Okay.
his name's Glenn Schofield. Said he wanted to do scary games again, and so after he created Dead Space, he went back to with his new studio, Striking Distance, in which they're the ones who were doing it. And I guess what was I reading? Oh, it says here. I was like, wait, what? So it says, Tracking Distance has a peculiar origin. Founded in 2018 by Schofield after he redirected several, or co-directed after several Call of Duty games, including Black Ops, Modern Warfare 3, and Advanced Warfare. Tracking Distance was built under the PUBG Corporation, best known for their battle royale hit PlayerUnknown's Battleground. Striking Distance then set out to expand the PUBG universe by creating a new narrative experience within it. And the Callisto Protocol is just that. According to Schofield, there is a big combined effort to flesh out the narrative universe of PUBG, and the Callisto Protocol is set within that universe. But
Please
300
no.
years after whenever PUBG is set. So,
Please, Jesus, don't say that. Why can't they just make a fucking survival horror science fiction game? Why
okay,
can't they just fucking, oh my
this
god.
okay, this is a quote from that guy. He says, "The funny thing is, I came in with this story when I went and met with the PUBG people for the first time and started talking about it and building a studio. I presented this game to them, and so what we did was we made it fit within the PUBG storyline." Um, I'm kind of like,
Thanks, I hate it.
yeah, I'm kind of like drawn
I
away
don't
from
care.
it now,
I'll just
but
I'll just
the
pretend that it doesn't exist.
it's weird
PUBG.
because like everything screams Dead Space.
Yeah, like, right? Like, the over the shoulder, the claustrophobic design, the fucking, the minimal HUD design. Actually, no, I'm sorry. The oh god, what was I saying before? When oh no, I just forgot what it was called. When music is actually played in the movie and it's not like theme
Oh
music.
yeah, it. You told me what it was, and I completely forgot what it was.
Anyway,
Yeah.
health bars. So the health bar isn't like some fucking diegetic. Thank you, fucking
Yes.
Harry. Diegetic health bar where it's
Welcome.
like it's literally on the person's like neck instead of like just some health bar that the character doesn't know about. Um, really interesting stuff. Fucking even the handguns look like they're fucking part of the Dead Space world and not fucking PUBG. Anyway, yeah, it
Well,
looks very interesting.
yeah. I mean, it does say 300 years in the future, so it's like,
I don't care. Of course, it's 300 years in the future. It's just
yeah,
not 300 fucking years in the future for fucking Dead Space.
yeah,
They even have fucking disgusting ass fucking kill cams.
yeah. Oh yeah, I'm watching gameplay footage right now.
It's awful, guys. It's
It's
really fucking bad.
no, it's Dead Space. Like
Yeah.
he just like used telekinesis to like grab a person. Like yeah, that's Dead Space. Yeah,
I do like it does feel like a Dead Space game,
yeah,
especially with like
absolutely.
you can see limbs shot off and
Yeah,
you can't see weak points, but you can see that like weak points are obviously going to play a
yep.
an interesting figure in this game.
The ragdolling is great too.
Oh yeah, who doesn't love ragdolling? And it's gonna there's this I wouldn't say it's a like I wouldn't say it's something that's in stock more of now, but there's been a good couple of years for like actors doing video game parts, right?
All right, so who's
The
the voice
actor
actor
from
for this?
Josh Duhamel, who is an actual that's not fair, who's been in the Transformers movies. He was the
Oh,
Sergeant Lennox or Captain Lennox. He's the military guy.
got it.
Yeah, they got
Yes.
the guy from fucking what is it? Walking Dead doing Death Stranding.
Yeah,
Fucking
yeah,
they had a whole bunch of actors. Mads Mikkelsen, Guillermo del Toro. Now they have this guy doing this. This looks like it's really trying to paint itself as another like AAA title.
yeah.
So
And
that's why I mentioned it in the same breath.
yeah, it looks really good. I'm intrigued by it.
Hmm.
Um. So also they released some gameplay footage for the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 single player campaign.
Hmm.
Um, and it goes to
Remastered.
it's basically Call of Duty 4, the storyline, but like reimagined. Um, I-
Oh, I see.
Out of pure nostalgia, I want to play it, but you know, like,
I think I'm. Yeah, I hear you. Because it's like I was talking about endlessly bitching about fucking remakes last
mm-hmm,
week, and I was
mm-hmm,
like, you know what? I fucking love Spyro. Like, I'll love it in its old ass version, and I love it in the new version. And the same
yeah,
thing with fucking Crash. I could play it either way.
mm-hmm,
It's like, dude, if you like remasters, you're not not you. I mean
yeah, yeah,
the proper you. You're not the problem. Like, that's not a problem to like that. And it's like, hey, I have the same issue with nostalgia too. I get fucking teary eyed beating the Spyro games
yeah,
all the time, all the fucking time, because I never beat them as a child because I was fucking incompetent. But that's besides the point. But yeah, no, dude, I get you. I remember playing fucking Call of Duty 4, and still not being good at it, but like playing it and really liking the first mission and all that. I was way
mhm,
more of a Call of Duty 4 person than a Modern Warfare 2 guy.
yeah,
Always. Always. I just liked it more. It felt, I think, more in line with like a not a how do I want to put it? It was way more toned down, I think. The second one was like, let's really like jump into the whole like story and like let's make everything like to 11. And then fucking Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 was like, yeah, let's take that 11 and turn it to a fucking 40.
yeah,
Yeah. So I've always been, hey, let's do the sniper level where we shoot, what is it, Makarov or Zakayev in the
yeah,
fucking
yeah,
like arm a million times.
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
then you do the airport or the airplane mission and you
yes,
shoot that dude in slow motion a million times. I was always about that. That was always mine.
mm-hmm.
But I get where you're coming from. I would give it. I would play it with you, Harry.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just, I don't know if I want to pay a full $70
Yeah,
to play this fucking game.
that's how they skirt it. I think because if it was just a reskin, right,
Right.
then they wouldn't be able to do it. But if they oh, we scrapped the original cinematic and we brought motion capture actors to sync the dialogue and we brought in a a a special effects company to help us with the animations And some of the gameplay, it's a little old, right? It's a
Yeah.
little robust. We tried to upgrade that a little bit. That's how they that's how they managed to get an old game to cost $70, right? What's that
Right.
fucking joke meme that they did off of WandaVision, the ship of Theseus, where it's like the ship is destroyed or the ship is like rebuilt partially with the new spruce and new wood. Is it
Right.
still
Right.
the same ship of Theseus, or is it still the same ship?
Yeah.
So is it still the same game if they just retexture everything, or is it still the same game if they like rework a shitload of stuff into it, right?
Right. Right.
And at what point can you say, "Hey, we put a lot of effort into making this old game look brand new and feel brand new. Maybe we should up the price to accommodate
Right.
uh, how much effort we put into," right? Because in my mind, and I think your mind too, it should still not be $70.
Yeah. No. Uh, I agree. My biggest thing is a lot of Ved brought it up too, where he said a lot of gaming companies say that most of the money is spent on distribution, right?
Hmm.
Um,
And yeah, advertising.
it, but the thing is distribution, right? You got to make the case and the
Yeah.
this disc and blah blah blah. But when the majority of games are now digital, you no longer have to worry about that. So that is now like that expense of like distributing physical copies has basically gone, not completely gone, but not everyone does the physical copy anymore. And so when the majority, because not too long ago, like over a decade ago, or at least a decade ago, yeah, that was a thing because not a lot of people did the digital thing. They just bought the physical copy, right?
Hmm.
Not like I don't know when like digital versions started becoming a thing, but you know, physical copies was like the way to go. Sometimes the only way to go. And
Hmm.
it made sense then. But now, what is your excuse? Because now it's all digital. You don't spend extra money having someone download a game. So
Hmm.
their reasoning for increasing the price to a game makes no sense.
Oh yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, and I agree. Like, you can make the case of like, oh, we pay our employees and benefits and all this stuff. It's like, but every
Mm,
gaming company like
does that?
employees complain like that they don't like get paid well and all this other stuff. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, where's this like extra $10 coming from?
Yeah, which is exactly why I'm super happy that I believe Video Games was one of the
Mm,
first American game companies to have a union or get a union for its employees.
yeah.
So that'd be fucking great, right? Where it's like,
Mm-hmm.
hey, we can actually be paid and we can focus on, you know, making a game instead of a
Yeah.
product. Or no, that's not fair. It is still a product, but like making it less of like a market. Oh fuck! I'm trying to be smart. It hurts my head. A market optimized product.
Hmm.
I'm proud of that. I'm gonna live with that. I'm
Yeah.
fucking new subject. New subject before people think about it. Go 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 go.
Gotham Knights.
I don't care.
Okay. I was like,
It looks no. It looks interesting. I like the Court of Owls. I've always enjoyed that portion of the newer Batman stuff.
right, right, right.
Um, I would love to see that with the Robert Pattinson series, especially with how
Hmm.
they have the Riddler. Not
Yeah.
necessarily have him in it, but like the mystery detective-y kind of thing. Like, oh, there's a fucking organization in Gotham that's fucking manipulating everything, and Batman has to go from square one to solving the mystery of it. So
Right.
that isn't necessarily what they're going to do with Gotham Knights. It looks like they are going to incorporate some detective work, but you can apparently use like what Robin, Nightwing, Red Hood. I can you do Batwoman too?
I'm I'm just watching the gameplay trailer.
Yeah.
Um uh
But apparently the Court of Owls
yes,
is a
Cat
are the
no, not
antagonists.
Catwoman, but Batwoman.
Batwoman. Did I say Catwoman?
I think you said Catwoman. You
Shit,
might have
I meant
said
to say Batwoman.
yeah, yeah. So
Fuck.
the it says there's Robin, Batwoman, Nightwing, and Red Hood.
Yeah. Okay, so you're gonna play the Bat family basically.
Yeah. I guess in this one. So I never played the last Arkham Knight game, so I'm guessing Bruce dies at the end.
Something like that. I don't
Yeah.
fucking know.
Because I guess
I
Bruce
don't
is
know.
dead in this one, so that's cool that they like continue it. I mean, not bad. But who's the
Yeah,
villain? That's the thing, right?
it's the Court of fucking Owls, Harry.
Oh, sorry.
I
I
forget.
wasn't paying attention.
Hey man, we all make
A
mistakes.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game is coming out, basically with the same graphics as Turtles in Time. So that's
Wait,
cool.
what?
It's a side scroller. Yeah,
No way.
yeah, yeah. It's called
I
Teenage
have to
Mutant
look
Ninja
this shit
Turtles:
up.
Shredder's Revenge.
Shredvenge.
It's
Oh my
it has a
god. It
6-player mode,
oh god, Harry,
and
you
it has
remember when I
Casey
was
Jones as a
talking
playable
about
character.
oh my Jesus. You remember when I was talking about fucking nostalgia?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh god, I hope this is good.
Well, I mean, it's a side scroller, dude. Oh, you get to play as April.
Fuck yeah. Who doesn't love April?
Uh, the
Oh,
right.
you can skateboard.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
god.
dude, 6-player mode. Interesting. Local and online. We just play the shit out of this game. Yeah, this is good. I like it.
Oh, that's
Like,
so awesome.
I didn't grow up playing these type of games because I didn't have quarters.
Oh, there's Bebop and Rocksteady.
Sick.
So good. I like
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
It's
I like it too.
literally the game I fucking played like fucking 28 years ago.
Yep.
Damn. Okay. Okay. Maybe the summer event wasn't terrible. It was just
um.
not good.
Yeah. Yeah. Other than
Fuck
the next
monkeys.
one, is Saints Row Boss Factory. I don't know.
Oh
If I've never really played the
god.
Saints Rows.
Just let
Uh.
the fucking franchise
Yeah.
die. Just
Cuphead
fucking
DLC.
die.
Um.
DLC.
You know.
Da, 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 da.
Um. Let's see.
As Cuphead and Bucket. I was watching the
Um.
Netflix show. There's
Oh.
one
Oh. Okay.
episode. There's
Uh huh.
one episode that is just so good.
Just one.
Stace and I mimic the ever loving shit out of this one episode. It's so good. It's
I
about a
believe you.
fucking precocious, awful little baby that's left on their doorstep, and
Okay.
it's oh god. If you decide to watch any of it, don't and just watch that episode.
Okay.
Just that one. Damn
Sounds
good
fair.
stuff. Keep going. Sorry.
The next thing is Flashback 2. Apparently it's a sequel to a sci-fi
Yeah.
platformer from 92. Uh
Flashback to. I saw
looks-
something for it. I wasn't quite sure. I just accepted that it existed.
yeah, same here.
I mean, it looks interesting. I mean, I'll give it a play.
I might not.
I mean,
I
I'm
think I
not
most
30
likely will not.
years old yet, so I wasn't able to enjoy it.
Yeah. Witchfire. I don't know.
Yeah, I think past this is just like, ah, whatever.
Yeah. Fort Solis. stars The Last of Us, Troy Baker, and Red Dead. What? I don't know. Routines, another horror game.
Mm,
Stormgate. Apparently, ex
Warhammer
Blizzard
40K.
devs, and then oh, Goat Simulator 3.
Oh wow, they had a second one.
Yeah,
Wow, that's fucking awful.
I know. I was like, I didn't even know there's a second one. Yeah, for Warhammer 40K Dark Tide.
There we go. Who doesn't
Yeah,
love Warhammer?
yeah. So that's gonna be fun. Oh hey, this is what you're looking for. One Piece Odyssey.
Fuck that. No, we're done here.
uh,
God, how could you?
yeah, I know, right? That's
It
oh there.
is the start
Mhm.
of some interesting stuff. There's some sprinkling, some smatterings.
Yeah,
As much as I've never played Street Fighter, I'll admit it looks interesting. Some of the games I think were the typical like, oh hey, let's get some of the easy ones out, maybe pepper it with some stuff to catch people's interests, and then
yeah,
we'll start doing the headliners soon. And I think that's what they're doing.
that makes sense.
Damn straight it makes fucking sense.
Let's see. There's this game called Metal Hellsinger. I'm watching the trailer now, but apparently it's a music-based rhythm shooter with music from heavy metal legends.
Okay, doesn't look entirely terrible, but does it look good enough for me to give a shit about a rhythm based
Yeah,
game?
I'm.
I mean, it's a first
Oh,
person shooter in the vein of like Doom.
there's a there's a demo out now.
Interesting. I mean,
So
when I hear this, it looks very like Unreal. Not Unreal like surreal, but like
right.
Unreal Tournament, right? Um
Yes.
it when I think of this like a band doing like a video game, I think of that really awful what is that? That awful ass Kiss game that came out in like 2005.
Yeah.
I think of that, but this just looks better.
Uh huh.
Oh, never mind. It's got System of a Down. Oh,
Yeah.
jeez.
Trivium, Dark Tranquility, Lamb of God, Ginger.
We can skip this game. We're skipping it.
Let's see. Oh, so
Um,
it has a bunch of uh musicians from different bands.
yeah,
So
it's
it's not
kind of looking
necessarily this is
forward.
like a music from those bands. I think this is all just original music by musicians. That's interesting.
It
So
is
they specifically made music for this game.
interesting, interesting,
Okay.
interesting, interesting.
Maybe. Maybe, maybe. I like metal. I like shooters.
Really? You
Really?
struck me as more of like a Christian new metal kind of guy, like
Christian new
like
metal.
like like Flyleaf.
Oh wow. Is that Christian new metal?
No, it's not, but it's
Okay,
pretty
I was
close.
gonna say, I was like, wait, is it? That is fucking silly, dude. Apparently there's a new open world expansion for Warframe, which we don't play.
I don't give a shit.
Some
I'm just kidding. Warframe is fine
and that's it,
if
dude. That's
you know
that's
you're a virgin.
yeah. This is I guess those were all the announcements today.
Okay.
Which
Well,
were
we do have more coming during the weekend.
yes, we do.
Uh, I don't mean to be just a Microsoft and Bethesda sim, but
But
I'm wondering when the other shoe's gonna drop. No, I'm wondering if what they'll put out in the weekend might be, I think, a little more eye catching.
yeah, no, you're right, you're right.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see cuz yeah, I mean it might be, it might not. We won't know until we see.
Fuck yeah,
Yeah. So
give it a try. Live a little, Harry.
man, but just such a Sony fanboy. Not much I can do about that.
God, how could you be a fanboy for a fucking video game company?
Yeah,
Ugh.
I know.
Why not just like fucking video games? God damn it!
It's not in my blood. Oh God.
Yeah, it's in your blood to be a corporate shill.
Yeah,
Sorry,
basically.
that wasn't appropriate. That
That's
was
okay. I forgive you.
thank
So yeah, that was the Summer Game Fest. See, I want to talk Obi Wan, but
you. Go
I
ahead, dude.
don't want to spoil. Um,
No, no, no.
I'll just
I'm perfectly fine. Spoil the fuck out of it.
so how do I start? I like it. It's good so far. Um,
Okay.
I think they did a great job. Like, what's the who Anakin Skywalker? What's the actor's name again?
Hayden
Christensen.
Christensen.
Yeah, that dude. Um, I think he's doing great as Darth Vader so far, and
Oh, he's
them,
actually got screen time, huh?
yeah, and them bringing back what's hey Liv, what's the voice Darth Vader name? James Earl Jones back to voice Darth Vader.
That fool is dead.
What?
Mufasa is dead as fuck.
Wait, he's dead? Oh, what? I heard somewhere where they, huh? Maybe it's an
I
AI
think
thing.
they spliced
Hold
some of
on.
his wait. Wait, is he not fucking dead? I could have fucking sworn he died.
Oh wow, you are here making me seem like I'm an idiot. I'm like,
I'm
people have been
so sorry,
talking
James
about
Earl
it.
Jones. I'm so sorry. You are
Oh,
a cherished American icon. Wait, were you born in America? Yeah. You are an American icon, and I hope you live to 1,000 years old.
oh my god. Okay. Well, anyways, he bringing him back to voice Darth Vader is fucking great. I think they did really well doing that. And I think it wasn't like a known thing. I think they didn't really announce it until he showed up and they're like, "Oh
I
shit."
I think we're getting at that phase where it's like, dead or not, he is going to die.
Yeah.
He probably is gonna pass, and it's kind of like, oh, he's he's in another one. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn. When I think it for me it was like I was in that phase where it's like, oh, he's already dead.
Right.
So like who is gonna who's gonna match that? Oh, it's not so much that his voice is sinister. There's a like a playful cruelty to some of like his delivery. Like
Right.
apology accepted, Captain. Or like, oh god, so good. I can't begin to tell you how much I value James Earl Jones's voiceover for
Yes.
Star Wars. Like every moment his voice is in the movie is elevated.
Yeah.
Like, oh god. And mm, I don't have a problem with Hayden Christensen. I don't think I ever have. Like, I get like, oh, maybe the acting was a little but like I would 100% bet that like most of that, and I'm not trying to throw all of the shades on fucking George Lucas, but
Mm,
I would imagine it was George Lucas. The writing in all of those fucking movies is awful, and I really do get the impression that he was directed by George Lucas to be a little more whiny.
right.
I don't know. But anyway, um, I really enjoy that the internet has given a new life, not necessarily to the discourse, but how these people are viewed. And
Yeah.
even if all these fucking seasons and shows fucking blow, there's always a fan base that probably at one point was like, "Ah, this is stupid. These actors are awful." And now they're all fucking creaming in their pants for these actors to reprise their roles and so on
Right.
and so forth. And I'm really glad that Hayden Christensen was uh was spared some of the ire.
Yeah.
That, however, I cannot say for the young kid actor who played Anakin.
Isn't he dead?
No, but I'm sure he wish he was.
Hmm.
Yeah, his ass became a fucking Jake Lloyd. Oh yeah, he became a fucking convict or something like
Yeah.
that. He ended up fucking
What's his
hating
name?
Star Wars.
Jake Lloyd.
Jake Lloyd.
Uh-huh.
Damn. Fucking yeah, he had a tough fucking life after Star Wars. Mark Hamill did a really good impassioned little speech shitting on people who are bringing the kid down for, just oh no, this kid ruined the first movie, which he didn't fucking do. But like, man, this kid got like the worst deal after Star Wars. Anyway, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's interesting that at least one of the people playing Anakin got to come back and was not completely ruined by their performance.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, so keep going with Obi Wan because I want your opinion.
Like I said, I like it. I think the only thing that bothered me, and I talked to Yvette about it last night. Um, there's one episode that just ruined. Like, so I said like the way um they made Leia's character. Spoiler alert: Leia's in it, little kid Leia.
Okay.
Um, but Yvette corrected me, and it was more of the writing. The writers that wrote this episode did a piss poor job, and basically like what's the word? Contradicting themselves of how they wrote Leia, and it bothered me very
How
very
come?
much. Um, Basically, they portrayed her as they're portraying Leia as like this really smart young little girl, right? Like
Mhm.
smarter for her age, right? Because I guess that's how they want to portray Leia as this like basically person who's like going to be the perfect politician later on,
Mhm.
and basically they like I really don't want to spoil anything.
Tell
Um
you what,
mm,
if you like,
hmm
I'll catch up
so like
and then we
I
can
think
discuss it.
basically it's just like they made her like it's that way, right? And then like
Mhm.
they make her do something that doesn't fit the way they wrote her, and then
Okay.
she does like the complete opposite of what she just did like in the middle of the show, which just
Okay.
makes no sense. It's like how can she like okay, you're writing her as this certain type of person, and then you're gonna make her do something like this, and then you're gonna make her do the complete opposite of what she just did. Like I get she's like a little girl, right? She's supposed to be 10 at the time, but at the
Mhm.
same time, you're portraying her as being like
As like
smarter.
this resourceful, soon to become like a
e-
precocious person who doesn't know that she's using the force, but
e-
totally is using the force. Yeah.
Exactly. And that's just
Yeah.
like, what are you doing? Uh, but that was just one episode. Um, I thought the first episode was great. You kind of get the gist of like what the hell Obi Wan's doing with his life, and then also you get the gist of yeah, like what's happening with the world of the Jedi's.
Okay.
And then also episodes 3 and 4, which the fourth one I just watched before I hopped on, are good. I like them. It was just that second episode that really bothered me. Should it have bothered me as much as it did? I don't know, but it did.
Shut up, Terry. You're not a real Star Wars fan.
It's just, like I said, like I like the show. I'm still watching it. I'm still gonna watch it. It's good enough for me to keep watching it.
Okay.
It's just that second episode. I think the writers did a horrible job. But I would love to be corrected if I'm just looking at it wrong or something. I don't know, right? Um,
Hmm.
as far as I know, what Aved was saying is he agrees with me. The writing was pretty bad on the second episode. So, but again, there could be another viewpoint that makes me wrong. So
I'm
we will
not gonna lie.
see. Huh?
I saw a meme
Yes.
about when they tried to kidnap Leia,
Yeah.
and one
Oh
of the
God.
chase scenes
Uh.
involved her crawling under a branch,
Mm-hmm.
and her pursuer just, oh no, she went under a branch. All I have to do is like tilt my head down a little bit, but no, can't do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Uh,
Episode 2 was. Uh,
I'll
yeah.
give it a watch. I'm not. It's not like I don't want to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
I have kind of like a, I need to give myself a break after fucking Boba Fett or
Yeah. No, I don't blame you. I don't
following
blame
the
you.
book of Boba
Yeah.
Fett. Um. So yeah, especially with the whole fucking Mandalorian spin-off season 3 crap
Yeah.
that they pulled with it. Um, so yeah, I'll give it a watch. I'll binge watch the fuck out of the whole thing, and I'll have an up-to-date opinion next
Okay.
week.
That was good.
Tomorrow. Yeah, fuck yeah. You
Yeah.
know where tonal and character inconsistencies you will not find?
Hmm.
Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
Ooh, please.
Yeah. Oh no, no.
You're waiting for
The
the
series
series to
isn't over
end.
yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
waiting. I just want you to know that every week is a brighter week because Star Trek Strange New Worlds is in my life.
Uh huh.
And I'm going to briefly gush every week that Star Trek is on until it isn't.
Got it.
And then I'll gush even more. I'll provide some actual legitimate thoughts on it. But fuck,
Okay.
oh man, oh god. Speaking of science fiction, um Halo's still bad.
Uh huh.
I finished it.
Okay.
9 episodes, but I have to be honest, if there's one avenue that I'm not gonna lie, I really like they went with, it's the shit that I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The tonal inconsistency. They went straight into the uh yeah, we love it fucking abducting children and torturing them route. Oh,
Wow.
so good. Oh man, I am. I hope there are people complaining on the internet about like how it ruined their favorite video game franchise, and it's nothing like the books. Oh god, because I've read the books, and I can fucking tell you, brother. Oh, they were like, okay, these people are awful, and we're gonna actually show you that they're awful.
Mm-hmm.
So you played Halo 1, right? Like at least in passing, casually.
Fuck, I don't think so.
That's fine, whatever.
Yeah.
So you know that Captain Keys, the main captain guy,
Yeah. Yeah.
and you know at the end you have to fucking kill him. Spoiler alert, it's been 20 years, whatever.
Yeah.
Um, and he's like this guy that like you like, right? He's like, I'm a cool commander guy, and I'm looking out for you, chief.
Right.
This fucker in the books, Fall of Reach, which were supplemental material right before I think Halo 2 came about,
Mm-hmm.
you find out that this fucker was with Catherine Halsey when they
Hmm.
were planning the abduction of these kids.
Oh wow.
He was
Okay.
there. He was there.
Yeah.
He was planning out the so so this is how we're gonna kidnap the kids. We're gonna get a fucking white van. We're gonna tell them they're puppies and fucking candy. No. So I love it. They mentioned that in the show. They definitely make Keys way less heroic, which I love. Um, in the games, at least what I appreciated more with Halo 4 and 5 is that they made it very clear that like the UNSC are not the good guys necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
Halo 1, 2, and 3 were really, really, really concerned with like the we don't have time for that bullshit.
Yeah.
This is a story between like humanity and these religious zealots who want to wipe us all out, and this extinct civilization 100,000 years ago with technology that could wipe us all out. And
Okay.
that's it. Oh, and space zombies.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. And then Halo 4 and 5 were like, so now that there's not like a super galactic threat going on, why don't we get into discussing how the UNSC is kind of terrible through implication? So there's that. Um, but they also still kind of don't do that at the same time because they introduce Halsey, Catherine Elizabeth Halsey,
Yeah.
who has been in the franchise since the very beginning, since the Fall of Reach books.
Okay.
Um, she is like this mad scientist who's like, ah, yes, I'm trying to perfect humanity and all this and whatnot, and kidnapping these kids is the right thing to do, and pay no never mind that the Covenant don't show up until like 10 to 15 years after the Spartan program was made,
Mm-hmm.
and fucking the Spartan program was made to fucking Black Lives Matter fucking protesters, basically.
Yeah.
Um, so she in the games is this person who I think you're supposed to begrudgingly look up to. Like, ah, yes, what I did was awful, but he's still the savior of humanity, John is. And what I did, the work I did saved billions of lives.
Mm.
And like I was saying, like the Spartans were not made to stop the Covenant. The
Right.
Spartans were made to fucking eliminate political dissonance, and they just so happened to be lucky that the Covenant just started invading, and the Spartan program was like, "Hey, we're willing to be the PR for the Covenant War." So, haha. But Catherine Halsey is the one who created Cortana. She broke the law by like copying her mind to create Cortana, which is
Okay.
who Cortana is. She's like a fragmentation of Halsey's mind. She's been there for years. She's also the second Captain Keyes' mother. So
Oh,
her and
okay.
Keyes, yeah, this is stuff that you find out later. But if you actually read the books, you would have known this. I think in like 2006 or something. I don't fucking
Right,
doesn't
right,
matter.
right.
She shacks up with Captain Keyes, the guy, and they have the daughter
Mm.
who is the Keyes character in Halo 2 and 3. And she hates her fucking guts, her mother.
Okay.
Um, which I love. So good. Anyway, that's me gushing. Uh in the games we're supposed to give the idea that like she's kind of like a just a troubled mom, right? Like,
Okay.
all the Spartans kind of have a thing, like a relationship with her in some way. Like George in Halo Reach kind of like acts like a son to a mother figure, and she's kind of like a little dismissive, like uh not helicopter parent, but like a I'm hard on you because I want you to be good and you disappoint me easily kind of thing, right? Like,
Yes.
not very egregious. In the fucking show, she literally clones herself, lobotomizes her clone
Okay.
to harvest her brain to make Cortana. And I'm like, oh, fuck yeah. Make this bitch fucking war crimes worthy. And she's so fucking manipulative and she's so gaslighty to John. And she fucking flash clones herself a million times to get out of fucking troubles. and oh, it's so good. She
Yeah.
fucking she's getting kicked off this project in the show, and she calls her daughter, who has
Oh.
now taken up the program,
Yeah.
and says, "Hey, listen, I want to talk to you. I want to tell you like how sorry I am." And she's like, "Hey, family stuff has always been hard for me, but I want you to know that you got to let that stuff go. I was a bad parent, but I don't want you to let that ruin you." And then you find out that this is all a ploy because she had like some scanning tech in her like lens, and she scanned her daughter's fucking genetic material
Oh wow.
to hack into the system to continue her work. And so they make her so awful in this. And she's such a eugenicist too. Like, oh, humanity doesn't deserve to continue as its current state. And I'm doing this to ensure that humanity survives and it thrives and it turns into, it ascends. It's
Yeah.
so good. I love it. I absolutely love it. Um, and I don't fucking give a shit that people are complaining that the Master Chief takes his helmet off. Um, One of the tricks with converting one medium to another or one form of media to another
Yeah.
is to use the benefits of that medium, right?
Yeah.
Like if I took a movie
Mm-hmm.
and I had a game studio just make the movie but with like video game looking CGI,
Yeah.
is that a video game?
Mm, I guess so.
It's a shitty video game though,
Yeah.
right? Because
Yeah.
you're not utilizing what like video gaming as a medium is, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
interactive, so
Mm-hmm.
on and so forth. Like, what's the benefit of
Yeah.
just doing that? So, what would be the benefit of in a video game where you're playing a protagonist, especially in like the 2000s where the protagonist is particularly silent,
Yes.
who doesn't speak, who doesn't emote, who doesn't have character other than I need a weapon.
Right.
So what's the point of taking that character and putting him on TV?
Yeah. There's no reason to.
There's no fucking reason to. The reason he never takes his fucking helmet off is because he's a player avatar.
Yep.
He's not meant to be a person.
Mm-hmm.
Although they tried to imbue him with more character in 4 and 5, which again I like, but besides the point, he is not someone who has wants and dreams necessarily other than I want to shoot things and I don't want to die.
Yeah.
Um, and in the show, we take off his helmet, we take off his armor. This fucker cries, he laughs a little bit, he smiles, he does his gruff voice shit, and he also fucks.
Whoa. I didn't
I
see
don't
that
think the
happening.
writing. Yeah, I know. He gets the Covenant woman, uh, cussy. I think that's the term.
Oh.
Covenant pussy, cussy. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So he gets that one. I
Nice.
don't think Pablo Schreier's unenjoyable. I like his performance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, oh, I'm trying to think. I don't think anyone's terrible in this. I really don't.
Okay.
I think the writing is a little clunky. It feels like. I think the stage direction or like the coach, not the coaching, but the acting direction is a little mm, feels a little eh.
Yeah. Okay.
Uh, let's see. Production design, I did not care for at all.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, the armor was good when you're not like really looking at it. Some of it felt like it was like, oh God, collect yourself, Mark. Um, Up close, it did not look good, in my opinion.
Okay.
Um, this is an instance, like I was saying before, with some of the Boba Fett stuff, where I feel like with the Chief's armor, they really tried to make it look exactly like Chief's armor,
Yeah.
while they didn't really consider how someone would feel or move in the armor.
Okay.
Uh, which was a little, disappointing. Because I'm always of the mind that, like, hey, if you do a little bit of outside the box thinking and don't copy something exactly. Like I'm of the mind that, like, if the armor was completely, you know, if they had committed to making it, I think, a little more form fitting and spaced some of the armor out to make a little more sense. Like
Right.
Pablo Schreier, I think, is like 6'2" or 6'3", and they have him in like platform shoes while he's in the armor. And it's clear that, like, the two shoulder pieces he has, like, the moment he puts the helmet on, if he, like, tilts his head, like, a degree to either side, he's just gonna clack against the shoulder pieces. So
Yeah.
I felt like if they had made the armor first comfortable for him to wear and then kinda, like, took some creative liberties, uh, to make it a little more practical, I think would have been the better choice.
Okay.
Um, it's interesting, though, it really is, because there's a moment where it's like he's sprinting, like, he's full on sprinting, and the armor actually looks really fucking good.
Okay.
I would not have minded if I think this is what they did, but I wouldn't have minded if they put a little more, maybe a little more effort into it, where they had, like, a close-up version of the armor
Mhm.
and then a stunt comfy version of the armor.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it, it's Halo. Like, you go to see the fucking Master Chief armor, that's why I'm on it the most. Um So, like I said before, the story is pretty condensed. They had to take, like I said, 30 something years of info and kind of condense it.
Right.
We haven't the show version hasn't been at war with the Covenant as long. Uh, we have to rediscover the Forerunners. Uh, God, what else? We have to be reacquainted with everyone. Groups are condensed. Uh, Master Chief's, I think it's Blue Team, has been turned into Silver Team, and instead of 5 or 6 characters, it's just 4. There's, Vanek, uh oh my god, Vanek, Riz, oh my god, I just forgot that just to show how fucking awful they are. They're turned into a team of 4 with, again, armor that doesn't quite feel comfy to be in and doesn't really look like it would, you know, make sense to move around in.
Yeah.
Like they one of the guys who's the heavy is like in armor and it literally looks like he's like marching. God, that makes sense because it's the military, but like he's putting on like a show whenever he walks. Like
Uh-huh.
they did like a Spartan quote unquote class, I would imagine, where they
Yeah.
had the actors in the armor and they were like, "Here, walk like this." And it's like he has such over exaggerated motions that it's just so awkward. Anyway, um the story does a solid job conveying like who the bad guys are at the moment, uh the mystery. They find this artifact and for some reason only John, Master Chief, can access it.
Mhm.
Um we need to figure out what this is before the Covenant do, da da da, and then the Covenant do, and they send Maki, the girl Covenant person.
Right.
She becomes a honeypot, but oh, her feelings are conflicted, and John realizes that he's a child soldier, and the UNSC used him. It was a little disappointing because I ended up thinking, wow, they really committed to a universe where they're acknowledging that the UNSC is awful, that Captain Keyes actually has a lot of fucking dirt under his nails,
Mhm.
and Catherine Halsey is actually pretty fucking terrible. And then he's just like, we have to drop this for the sake of humanity because humanity's more important. Which was a little disappointing
Mhm.
because the plot demanded that like he just not be pissed.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and then on top of all of this, there is a subplot when I first mentioned this story,
Mm,
the very first episode, I mentioned that it took place on like a planet that's going through like some kind of civil war rebellion. There's a survivor in that battle,
mm,
and she's rescued by the chief. The chief takes her to some pirate colony where we meet Soren, a an escaped Spartan who kind of runs the place as some like weird mob pirate guy, and he helps the girl Kwan Ha go back to the fucking planet that she just escaped, try to rebuild the rebellion coalition that's fighting against the UNSC,
yeah.
fail at that because the mustache twirlingly evil dude has subjugated the whole city. Finding fucking Halo's equivalent of like the Fremen, these desert people who like give her some fucking vision quest to guard a fucking hole. And
Oh,
it's completely, com- fucking completely unrelated to the entire story. Like,
mm,
I get that, like, oh, it's probably gonna figure in eventually, but like, it doesn't work to split up these two characters.
uh-huh.
And oh god, it's like John's doing his thing. He's trying to uncover that he's a fucking child soldier and what the whole fucking point is behind this device before the Covenant do. And like that's supposed to be the story. And then
Okay.
they tack on like this other story that you're just supposed to accept because they really want a second season. Like this story
Mm,
goes fuck all nowhere because they expect the rest of the story to unfold with multiple seasons. Like, at least they kind of set up the first season conflict stuff with John and ended on kind of a cliffhanger. This this bit with the rebel character and uh the fucking space pirate is just like the weirdest, most unnecessary subplot. And I can already hear someone making an argument like, "Well, Game of Thrones did that." I'm like, "No, Game of Thrones was an ensemble with like a bunch of different characters
mhm,
all committing to a different fucking character arc that would eventually lead to the same thing." I get that this is probably going to tie in with John's thing, but this is like John is 75% of the story,
mhm,
and then they just lazily have this other character for 25% of it. Like they don't commit enough effort into it, but for some reason it takes up a lot more effort than it should
okay.
for something that just kind of like, I have to defend this area. I have to defend this area, which means I have to lead these people into rebellion and protect the planet. It's like, okay, that's fine. I'd like to see where it goes. I
Right.
don't have anything wrong with the character herself. I just feel like it felt really weird that they just second episode took her as far away from John as possible and then just let her do her own thing. It was literally like, "Oh, hey, um, yeah, you and I are gonna do a movie where we're doing a bank heist." And I just
Right.
bump into some asshole in the middle of the street, and then the next episode is the asshole walking home, and the rest of that show is, a fucking sitcom while, while you and I are doing a fucking bank robbery. It's
Yeah.
so fucking weird. Um, I think that's about it. I
Okay.
did take issue with and then I'm done. I did take issue with, like, John being special. Uh, Throughout Halo, there's, like not directly, but it's kind of implied that humanity's on the verge of, like, ascending, kind of.
Okay.
Um, John is viewed by in Halo 4 as kind of like the pinnacle of human like advancement, I guess, or something by one of the characters. And it's not necessarily because of him on a genetic level or just for whatever reason. It's the combination of like him being lucky, the genetic modifications, the armor he has on, and Cortana. Like it's like the Forerunners were like, "Oh, hey, we have all this stuff too." And it appears that this one human has like a slightly lower tech equivalent of that. Human beings must be nearing their like pinnacle, and this man is the representation of that. And all the things that he has going for him are really what make him him, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
But in this, fucking they're like, "Oh, John touched the artifact and he's getting all his memories or it's like helping him activate shit. Everyone else touches it? No, nothing. Oh, John must be special." And then they fucking do blood work on him. They're like, "Yeah, you and this Covenant chick are the only two people in the fucking galaxy who can activate this.
Hmm.
You're special." I hate that. I fucking despise it. I like I I don't like the whole "you're the only one who can do this"
Right.
thing. Like, I like it under certain pretexts, not conditions. Like, I like Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? Because that's a chosen one story. But it's like the whole idea is him grappling with the concept of being the avatar for the spirit world and the human realm and all of the elements during like fucking World War II, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's not I'm the chosen one, I have to save the world. It's oh fuck, I'm the chosen one, what the fuck do I do? Like, what does being the chosen one mean? Like, and how do I reconcile that? Right? There's none of that
Hmm.
here. It's like, oh, cool. John's the only one who's able to do it. He's special. He's special. Instead of like, what the fucking video games have been saying this whole time, where it's like, hey, um, you're just really fucking lucky.
Hmm.
So anyway, that's the last of it. I'm interested in seeing where it goes. Hopefully, every one of the main characters is executed for war crimes for how terrible they all are in the next
Uh-huh.
season. But I doubt it. So we'll see.
Sick.
Fuck yeah. What would you like to talk about, Jerry?
Um, that was about it, man.
All right.
At least on our list. Other than
That's
that,
okay.
dude, Yvette and I were talking about working on those tutorial videos. I think you and I talked about that, where we would
Yes,
do
we
like,
did.
yeah. So, obviously I'm getting really into that Azure Lane game, and he's already been into it and stuff. So, um, that's something that we're working on. I told him that it'd be nice, but we'll see. Because he's when he gets into a game, he becomes a person of the community of that game. And he tends to like not like the people of the community, so he stays away from them. So like making videos for the community that he doesn't like doesn't
Mhm.
sound too appealing, you know? I don't blame him.
Yeah.
Um and I think that would be an interesting topic that you and I can always go over.
Oh,
Um
absolutely.
because I was talking to Yvette about it, where like it seems like in and it might be everywhere, right? But in the video game world, when it comes to people who are like, I use the term elitist, but I don't know if that would be the right term. But people who are like really good at a game or really really invested in a game, like they look down upon other people either who are coming up or who try to tell them that they're wrong about a certain thing. Um,
Snobs.
yeah, and it's unfortunate that most of the people who are snobs are the ones who are like the ones who've been playing it the longest or who are the most heavily invested into this like I would say whatever community they're involved in, right? Like for example, for this game that we're playing, um, there's a tier list which explains, or like it ranks the ships, right? Um,
Hmm.
of which ones are good, which ones are bad. And Aved was a part of like trying to help them decide, and he was basically saying like the reasoning behind their why certain ships are in certain tiers like makes no sense. And whenever he tried to like make a comment, they would just say that he's wrong instead of like saying like, oh, like what is your reasoning, and then saying like, okay, like like where's the like have you heavily tested this, blah blah blah. They're just like, no, you're wrong. Like, okay, like what I
Oh,
mean,
so
like
he's gonna like undercover boss them, right? Where he's just gonna be like, "Oh, I'm not good at this," and then just find some new meta build and just eviscerate them all with it, right?
well, like for
I
example,
was
like
I was good at this the whole time.
no, like because like this game, there's no real PvP in it, right? It's just basically single player. Um, and like I think I'm a good example of like Aved's advice working, and I told him that I said I'm a really good example of your advice working because I have been able to progress so fast with his advice um in this game, uh like that he's even surprised. He's like, "Wow, you're like really you're at end game already and beyond, right?" So it's like well, I mean, it's thanks to you, right? To his advice and like him like giving me like, "Hey, like don't worry about this, don't worry about that, do this, do that kind of thing." So, I was just thinking of like doing it in
You make me
a
jealous. You make me envious. I
yeah.
wish Yvette would be like, "Oh wow, you improved faster than I thought you would," but he doesn't.
um well, I mean, to be fair, this is like the first game that I've invested so many hours into for a long time. Like we you and I have played Total War, but like
Mhm.
not to the extent of how much he's played. Um Same thing with like Diablo 2 Resurrected. Like we like I occasionally hop on and I grind a little bit, but like we've definitely haven't invested as much as he has. There's been a lot of games that we haven't like invested like
Oh
anywhere
yeah.
near what he has. So it's like this is the only game that I've invested like in the from the beginning of the year. This is the game that I've invested the most hours on. Like I've invested I wish they kept track of like time played because it's a very long time. Like I'm playing this like I have it playing in the background. I'm having it played in the background right now because it's just like I'm playing it on auto. It's one of
Hmm.
those games, right? So I don't even have to pay attention to it. I just say, okay, do this for like 20 minutes, and it does that for 20 minutes. Um, so yeah, uh, that's why it's like a game that it's like Aved gets into games like super heavily, but it's um like it's hard for him to like really fully invest in a game when it's like he's the only one playing it, because at the end of the day it's a lot more fun to play with friends than it is to just play by yourself. So like that's why like Minecraft was cool for a bit, because it's a game that people can just come in and like not heavily invest into the game, just like come in
Hmm.
randomly once a week and have fun playing the game kind of thing. That's how Warzone was for us for a while, just to come
Oh
in,
yeah.
play it once a week for fun, and then that's it. Um, so just finding that next game is gonna be our thing, like, and that's one thing where like then I've always tried to find where like it's a game that we can play on our own, and like for example, like if Eved wants to grind like all week for stuff, he can, and then when we meet up on Friday, when like you and I hop on, once a week, and it's our first time that week playing, like we're not that far away from him. Not in the sense of like
Yeah.
uh how do you say it, like grinding wise, but more in the sense of like he's able to like invest time into the game like tenfold or 50-fold than us, but we can still play together and none of us are hindered, right?
Hmm.
Um, so there aren't many games like that out there though. Like Diablo isn't like that because like you grind, you get overpowered, and like if we're still level 10 when he's level 80, it's like we can't do any um we can't grind with him, and he's just not gonna like it's not gonna be fun for him to grind with us kind of thing. Um
Because we are just ants.
yeah,
The
like
the
and like I
god
said,
anteater of a man that is.
yes, and for Warzone, like technically he could because you can grind guns and get attachments and all that stuff, but like it's not it's not really enticing enough, because it's
Hmm.
like unfortunately Warzone and Call of Duty in general is just more fun to play with friends. It's not as fun to play by yourself, um
Oh yeah.
yeah, so but yeah, so it's one of those where him and I have been doing trying to find it for a very long time. Um, like we like our RPG games, our Diablos or our Pokemon, uh, Azure Lane, leveling up, grinding to get gear
Speak
and
for
stuff like
yourself.
that. Mhm. But it's hard with those kind of games to
Mhm.
like not get super overpowered where you can't play with your friends, right? Where Azure Lane is
Yeah.
like it's heavily single playered. So you don't have to worry about how far along your friend is, kind of thing. So you can it's basically like Pokemon. I think that's the best way to describe it. You show all the Pokemon you have and
Ooh.
show how powerful they are, and that's it. Like you don't fight each other. It's just check out my Pokemon.
Mhm.
So I mean,
Reel
that's
and weep.
yeah, exactly. Speaking of that, I actually got Livy to play Pokemon Blue on my Game Boy Color. Um,
I have been thinking of doing that for some time now.
yeah,
Just finding a fucking Game Boy and playing red or blue or yellow. I'm not sure.
yeah. I mean, they're fun games, dude. Like I'm, I was like enticed to like play it, but then I was like, Livy has always told me like, oh, I never actually got to play it when I was younger because Richie would hog the Game Boy and play it, and I'm like, oh, that sucks. So I was like, you know
Fucking
what?
shithead
Yeah.
brother-in-law of yours.
um, and so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna make her play Pokemon Blue. So she's been
I'm
playing it.
sure making her will really get her to enjoy it too.
Yeah, no, she's enjoying it. I'm sure she's enjoying it.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Uh,
of course.
'Cause she's obviously going with catching every single Pokemon, and I'm giving her some tips here and there in the sense of like oh you should level your Pokemon to this to fight this gym leader, or they're weak against this and they're strong against that or whatever. So like I'm giving her little tips here and there, but for the most part she's doing all the grinding, she's doing all the battles, and she's doing all the capturing. Like she's just like right now about to fight Brock, so the first gym leader. Um, and she already has like I think like 9 or 10 Pokemon. She has a Pikachu. Um, she started with Squirtle, and
Mm-mm.
she has another. She has a Spearow. She has a Pidgey and a Rattata.
Damn, someone's starting.
Oh, and a Nidoran, female. So yeah,
Ooh,
she has a solid starting six, so it's not
she's
bad.
getting there.
Yeah, so
Yeah, nice.
yeah, so for like she has a Caterpie and she has a Weedle, but like they're in the box, in the computer, because she's just kind of like Like I told her, like, yeah, you can go for a Butterfree, you can go for a Beedrill, but honestly, they're not. You know, they're uh they're okay. But I told her like,
Gary,
yeah,
I need you to know.
yeah,
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
right. Pokemon stats, strats. But anyways, yeah. I would recommend playing the original Pokemon Red. They may be way more expensive than they used to be because of the whole collectible stuff.
Demand, yeah.
Yeah, let's see. Let's just write Pokemon. I have Pokemon Blue. Let's see how much Pokemon Blue is going for.
Just find a
Oh,
fucking shitty broken one and just fucking get some aftermarket parts for it and have it repaired by hand. Make a project out
so
of it.
this one says they're going for like 10.99 on eBay.
Ten
This one's
thousand
40,
only fucking
$45.
$10? Jesus.
Yeah, I don't think this is like a legitimate one. 10.99 eBay free shipping.
Bit
No.
cardboard.
When everything else is like 40, $45.
I mean, $40 is not bad for like what a fucking Game Boy.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. Like look at this one. This one is Pokemon Blue version, Game Boy 1998. $13 new. Really? I don't Why don't I not believe that? Like I just don't. But
I can't. I don't know. I like fucking every time I talk about Game Boys and shit in front of my parents,
mhm.
they're like, "You never wanted one." I'm like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You all got me a fucking pistachian. Of course I wanted one." Like, I can't imagine what I would have said that would have given the impression that I didn't want one. Everyone fucking had one. I I just don't think I was like the biggest Pokemon person when I was younger. But
Yeah.
like that shit still slaps.
Yeah. 100%. Well, we hit that mark.
Although, hold on, I have something, and then I'm
Oh,
done.
yeah.
So Prey is coming out, not the video game from Arcane.
Okay, you're breaking up. What's up? Get the mic into your mouth, inside of your mouth.
Right? Harry?
Yeah, no,
Harry?
I can like
Harry?
hear you, but it's quiet. I need your microphone to be like in your mouth.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, again, so quiet.
You're kidding.
No,
Fuck. How's this?
no, so quiet.
God damn it.
I don't know what happened. You're perfectly fine.
Yeah.
No, I heard my echo. I'm still hearing my hello.
Oh.
Don't worry, I'll edit all this out. I think we just lost Mark.
Harry?
Yeah.
Can
Oh,
you
you're.
hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Fuck yeah. Good. It was like calling your name like fucking God damn it.
Is
Prey
like, is your
2022.
microphone like
Not the
set
arcade.
as something like further away? Like,
No, not that I can think of.
okay. Oh, okay.
Okay, so Prey, the
Right.
sequel to Predator. So Predator 5 technically. Trailer
Right.
looks
Right.
cool.
Right. Yes.
It looks interesting. It's going to be set like the 17th century or the 16th, no, the 18th century with a Comanche war tribe, with a couple fucking French Canadian like pelters or whatever they are, so on and so forth. Trailer looks fucking amazing. Everything looks cool. Oh, cool. You know, this might actually be a good Predator movie. Can't wait for it to come out in theaters. Nope, only streaming on fucking Hulu when it comes out in August.
Yeah, he just got really quiet. I'm sorry.
You son of a bitch.
Are you like? Are you wearing your headset?
Yeah, I've always been wearing
Where's
my headset.
is the microphone like on your from your headset in your mouth, like next to your mouth?
To my pussy. Okay, pal.
Are you using the phone or the laptop?
Oh, I'm on the computer. I'm on my laptop.
I think I think the microphone is picking up or your laptop. Uh, Discord is probably using the microphone from your computer and not
That
your
is
headset.
fucking bullshit.
Okay, you sound good now.
Hello?
Yeah,
Harry?
you sound perfect now.
Harry? Can you
Yeah.
hear
No,
me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Fuck it. Folks, if you like more jank audio, grandpa's audio, please, by all means, watch more of our content at YouTube at Hitting the Mark with Harry and Mark. Or if you want to tell us how bad our audio is,
Mm-hmm.
you can always hit us up on our email, hittingthemark2020 at gmail.com. And if you want to get caught up with all of our audio related commentary and tell other people how bad our audio is, you can catch us at capital H, capital T, capital M underscore podcast. One more time, HTM underscore podcast at Twitter. We
Mm.
will hopefully not run into last minute fucking audio issues next week. And if we do, get the fuck over it.
Perfect.
Bye.
Bye bye.